Sales. My people, great to see you back at the channel. Hey, if you're new, this channel is dedicated to the study of sales, leadership, psychology, communication, and business. Every lesson is built from first principles because understanding why something works will always outperform memorizing what to say. Hey, we're going to jump right into today's lesson. We're going to get right into it. This is a video for managers, big dogs, right? I'm going to help you out. Hey, write this down. If you're a sales manager and you're not taking notes on a video to get better, you're a loser. I don't know how else to say it. All right, so module 1. I like winners. I like teaching winners. So be a winner, write it down, grow your income, grow your team. Module 1. Title it, A Slump is an Output, Not a Diagnosis. Okay, the first mistake managers make is assuming low revenue tells them, hey, this is the story, this is what's going on, this is what's wrong, and it doesn't. Guys, revenue is a lagging indicator. Okay, write that down. Revenue is a lagging indicator. Think about performance as an equation. We've got opportunity, activity, conversation quality, and then conversion, which equals production. If revenue fails, something upstream changed. Your job isn't to react emotionally to the numbers. Your job is to identify which variable changed. 2 reps can produce 0 revenue this week and have completely different problems, right? One made 35 calls and barely spoke to anyone. Another made 100 calls, had 4 hours of talk time, presented 8 prospects, and they closed nobody. Well, same outcome, completely different diagnosis. So when a rep tells me, Nate, I'm in a slump, my question is where? Like, show me the numbers, show me the calls, show me where the system is breaking. Never prescribe before you diagnose. It's the same in a sales conversation too. But especially with your people, like, you need to come in clear and concise, man. You don't want to lead them down the wrong hole. All right, module 2, separate activity, skill, and will. All right, write that down. Most performance problems fall into 3 broad categories: activity, skill, and will. Activity, right? They aren't creating enough opportunities, plain and simple. Skill, they're doing the work, but they're executing poorly. In the will, they know what to do and are capable of doing it, but are consistently choosing the required behaviors, okay? Managers create problems when they confuse these. If someone is making 40 dials and the expectation is 75 to 100, don't spend 2 hours teaching advanced objection handling. We don't have an objection problem yet. We have an activity problem yet. We have an activity problem right now, okay? But if they're making 90 dials a day, getting 2 to 4 hours of talk time, generating quality conversations and still not producing, telling them to work harder is equally useless. Now we need to inspect skill. Just ask, hey, can they do it? Do they know how to do it? Are they actually do it? If they can't, it's time to train them. If they can, but execution is breaking down, coach them, baby. If they can, know how, and repeatedly refuse to execute, it's accountability, okay? And those are 3 different management interventions, all right? Module 3, listen to calls and find the first broken link. Never coach entirely from the rep's version of what happened. Listen, okay? It's the same with anything. Rep says they didn't have the money. Well, maybe, right? Or maybe the prospect didn't see enough value. The rep says they didn't talk. Hey, they need to talk to their spouse, Nathan. Well, maybe that's true. Or maybe decision structure was never established, okay? Look, Nathan, maybe they get on the phone with me. Hey, listen, Nathan, they weren't that serious. Well, maybe they weren't that serious. Or maybe the rep never discovered what the prospect was actually trying to accomplish. Listen to the call. But here's the thing. Don't just listen to objections. Work backwards until you find the first broken link. So if the prospect says it's too expensive, don't immediately coach the price objections. Ask. Was the real problem discovered? Was pain specific? Was consequences established? Was the desired outcome quantified? Was there a timeline? Was ROI established? Was the recommendation connected directly to what the prospect said? A deal that dies at minute 45 may have actually died at minute 12. Coach where the deal broke, not where it finally collapsed, right? Let's go to module 4. Find the problem beneath the rep's problem. This is where sophisticated coaching begins. Let's say your rep talks too much. That's observable behavior, but why are they talking too much? Maybe they're uncomfortable with silence. Maybe they don't know what question to ask next. Maybe they believe explaining equals selling. Maybe they don't understand the prospect's business well enough to recognize which answer deserves exploration. Okay? And maybe they're nervous and using information to regain control. So, let's stop talking so much, instead coach. Right? It isn't coaching, it's identifying a symptom. A better coaching conversation, something that can really help you guys is, I noticed every time the prospect gave you a short answer, you responded by explaining something. Why? Now we're getting somewhere. Your job is to move down the causal chain. We got result, behavior, and cause. And the deeper you can accurately diagnose the cause, the more precise your coaching becomes. Okay? Let's go to Module 5. Listen, don't let a performance slump become an identity slump. Write that down. Don't let a performance slump become an identity slump. Okay? Hey, look, after enough losses, the reps start changing the story they tell themselves. And it starts with, hey, I had a bad week. Then I'm struggling. And I can't close anything right now. Now the slump has moved from performance into identity, and that's dangerous. Because the rep begins monitoring themselves during the call. Instead of listening to the prospect, they're thinking, am I doing it right? Did I ask enough questions? Am I going to lose this one too? You know what that does? That consumes cognitive bandwidth. Their listening deteriorates. Their timing deteriorates. They force moments they previously allowed to develop naturally, and then poor execution creates another loss. All right? Now you've built a feedback loop. So you got poor results, self-doubt, self-monitoring, poor execution, poor results. Break it with evidence. Pull an old call where they performed extremely well and ask, hey, what were you doing here that you're not doing now? Let them identify the differences, then reframe it. Oh, good. So we're not rebuilding you, we're recovering behaviors you've already demonstrated. You see, confidence built on evidence is far more durable than motivation. It happens every time. In a slump, show them back, oh, what were you doing good here? Man, I was doing this and this. They go and they do it. Boom, get sell. Okay? Module 6. Coach one high leverage behavior at a time. One high leverage behavior at a time. Hey, one of the fastest ways to destroy a struggling rep is to give them like 10 corrections at once. Slow down, fix your tonality, build urgency, ask more questions, handle pricing better. Right? Hey, right here, improve your transition. I want you to challenge more. Stop talking. Look. Now they're thinking about 8 things during their next call, so it's cognitive overload. Instead, identify the highest leverage behavior. Maybe they're accepting surface level answers. Their assignment for the next 10 conversations becomes, anytime the prospect gives you a vague answer, you're not allowed to move forward until you ask one relevant follow-up question. That's coachable. That's measurable. That's executable. Think of coaching as a controlled experimentation. Change one important variable, observe the result, adjust. Precision beats volume in coaching. Okay? Every time. So go down to Module 7, drop that down for me. Module 7, role play the exact point of failure. Write that down. Role play the exact point of failure. Don't just tell reps what they should have done, make them do it. And don't just wait time with generic 45-minute role plays that suck. Okay? Practice the exact moment. If they're losing control when someone says, I need to think about it, run that situation 10 times. Prospect says, I need to think about it. Rep. Absolutely. Usually when someone tells me that, there's something specific they still don't feel completely comfortable with. What part are you trying to work through? Boom. And that changes the prospect. Money, spouse, fear, time and trust, competitive uncertainty. But here's the important part. Don't train scripts without principles. Ask the rep, what are you trying to accomplish with that question? The answer isn't handle the objection. Right? The objective is reduce resistance and uncover the result variable preventing the decision. Once the rep understands the principle, they can adapt their language instead of becoming dependent on memorized lines. Right? All right, let's go to Module 8. Module 8. So in Module 8, I want you to title it Restore Sales Inertia Through Production. Sales inertia is so important. Once we've identified and practiced the correction, then we gotta get the reps under the darn belt. It's just like when they go out more. They gotta get some experience. They gotta shoot a little bit. They gotta see things explode. They gotta do all these things. Reps. Put them out on the field. Sales is different. No one's gonna. You'll see them come back, right? So you get the idea. The rep needs repetition. Repetition breeds skill. Not another 3 hours of training conversations. This is why production standards matter. The 75 to 100 dials. There's a reason for it. The 2 to 4 hours of talk time. The 3 to 5 quality conversations. The goal isn't mindless activity. The goal is enough exposure for learning to occur. A rep cannot recalibrate from one legitimate sales conversations per day. They need attempts. And watch for avoidance disguised as productivity. During a slump, reps suddenly become very interested in CRM cleanup, emails, research, old follow-ups, organized leads, administrative work. Why? because those activities can feel productive without exposing them to rejection. Ask a better question. How many actual buying conversations did you create today? That's a metric I care about. Action creates evidence, evidence creates confidence, and confidence creates better action. That's the positive sales inertia. All right, let's go down to Module 9. Hey guys, get them back to the business plan and the real problem. When reps struggle, they often regress in product dumping. All right, they explain more because they don't know what else to do. Right? Features, modules, training, support, whatever. Right? And the prospects don't buy information, they buy current state to desired state. So just get them back to the fundamentals. What does this person actually want? Why do they want it? Why now? What is wrong with the current situation? What does success look like financially? What would solving this make possible for that prospect? So make the economics concrete. What's the ROI? Okay. If someone wants $60,000 annual bookkeeping revenue and the model is $500 per month, 10 clients, $500 a month, that's $5,000 a year. $5,000, 12 times 12, that's $60K. Now we're not discussing the price of education in isolation. We're discussing the economics of building a business plan. Teach your reps, stop asking, how do I sell the program? Start asking, what problem is this person trying to solve? How can we help them solve a legitimate problem? Okay, and that's a completely different orientation. Hey, let's go to Module 10. Build reps who can eventually close themselves or coach themselves. It's the end goal. I don't want salespeople who need me all the time. I want reps who are capable of diagnosing their own performance. So during call reviews, don't immediately give the answer, right? Ask, where do you think the call changed? What did you hear? What did you miss? What do you do differently? Right? They'll say, I moved a presentation too early. I accepted a vague answer. All of that stuff that you want to hear. So, look, the manager's ultimate job is to shorten the feedback loop, behavior, feedback, correction, repetition. You want to build salespeople who understand the principles well enough to diagnose, adjust, and improve their own performance. That's how you coach someone through a slump. And more importantly, that's how you build a sales team that becomes increasingly difficult to stop. So, I hope this video was helpful. My guys, I'll see you in the next one. Make sure you like and subscribe.